Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Hillary. I am a mom to a 2.5-year-old named Sebastian and a 4-month-old named Zeb, which is crazy. But that's what today's video is about. It is all about Zeb's 4-month update. So be sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy it, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Obviously I do this every month, so if you enjoy this kind of video, then be sure you subscribe so that next month you don't miss his 5-month update, and then his 6-month update, and his half birthday party that I'm already planning is gonna be so fun. So be sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this video. So, like I've done for the last, I think, 2 videos, which is crazy that I'm not filming this in his room right now. That's insane. We moved house, so that's one of the things that I'm going to talk about. But as I've done, I'm going to kind of do this in a specific order so that all of these videos are the same. So up first is the height and weight category. So he has grown so much. This month he is 25 inches tall and he is 13.1 pounds. And I say this in every video that I don't want to compare him and Sebastian, but Sebastian was 13.4 pounds at 6 months old. Zeb is 4 and he is 13.1 already. So he's clearly already going to be just way bigger than Sebastian was. But yeah, so that's his height and weight. Up next is diaper size. He is officially in a size 2 diaper, which again is insane. I'm pretty sure Sebastian was in size 2 like when he turned a year old. That's how small and petite he was. But yeah, Zeb is in a size 2 diaper. And then his clothing size. In his closet, I have out his like 0 to 3 and 3-month clothes. But the last 2 days, he has like not fit in them. Like out of nowhere, he like just doesn't fit in them. So literally yesterday and today I put him in 6-month clothing. So I can't decide if I need to like pull out all of his 6-month stuff and like go ahead and hang that up, or if like some of his 0 to 3 month is still gonna fit. I like can't decide which size he's really in. He's kind of in this like in-between space, but I think I'm probably just gonna have to pull out his 6-month clothes. And a lot of like the summer stuff that I have is like 6-month summer stuff, and it's like in Sebastian's closet. So I'm gonna have to like pull that out because I just feel like he's not gonna fit in his 3-month stuff. So we basically skipped the like 3 to 6 month. He was like in 0 to 3 and like now he's in 6 months. So I have a whole slew of stuff from 3 to 6 month that he's just like never gonna wear. But yeah. So up next are his likes. So this category is always kind of fun because obviously like it changes and it's so fun to watch him grow. But some of his likes for this month, he loves to be naked, which one of his dislikes is he hates being hot. But this boy loves to be naked. Like when you're changing his diaper, he's like cracking up, he's laughing at you. He like does not hate it at all, which most babies like hate diaper changes, but he would just assume be naked 24/7. So that's one of his #1 likes. The other things he likes is his swing, which I've said this from the beginning, that is his favorite place to be. He would hang out in his swing 24/7 if he could. He also is loving rolling over, which is a new milestone that he has officially reached. But if we lay him on his belly, he thinks it's super fun to just like roll over and roll back and forth. The other night, he literally rolled over like 4 times in a row because every time I'd flip him back, he would just roll back over, and it was really funny. The other things that he loves is he loves attention. So funny story about that is this morning in church, actually, he was the best baby ever. Which today's the 13th, so he was officially 4 months old yesterday, which was actually when we went to my sister-in-law's gender reveal. So if you want to see that video, I will link it above for you. You can go and check that out. But today in church, he like slept through the sermon, but like right at the end everyone like was like clapping and cheering or whatever, and he got really like startled and he sat up and he was like awake. And then it was funny because all of the ladies just sitting behind us were like smiling at him, and he was just like smiling back at them because, like I said, he loves attention. So if you look at him and smile, he smiles back, which is like one of the funnest things ever, is like when he like grins back at you. It's so cute. He also loves to play. So Sebastian, which I think this is more of just like a first versus second child, because obviously Zeb has Sebastian to watch, but Sebastian would never just like lay and play. He wanted to be entertained, which is still true. He does not self-entertain. But Zeb will totally self-entertain. He loves to lay on his playmat. He will reach up. His favorite toys are his he has a teething rattle from Ryan and Rose, and so the whole band is like a teether, but it also has like a little rattle ball on it, and he loves that. He will shake it around and he chews on it. He loves it. And then his other favorite is his little like puppy. If you squeeze his tummy, he like says different things, but he has like a dangle top, so I hang him on his playmat and he'll just reach up and like grab him and pull on him, and he loves it. It's so funny. But yeah, he's really good at self-entertaining and loves to just lay and play. He also, as much as he loves to lay on the floor and play, he would just assume to be sitting up. I feel like he's gonna sit up way sooner than Sebastian did, because he loves the sit me up chair. Like if I put him in that, he loves to sit up in that so that he can see what's going on. But he also, like if you're holding him, he will literally use every ounce of his abs to like force himself forward to sit up. Or if you like put him on the couch, he will like prop himself up. He wants to be able to sit up and see. So he loves to sit up and be like involved, which I think goes back to the attention thing. He wants to know what's going on. He wants to be in charge. He's very determined in that aspect. The other things that he has kind of, I think he kind of did this at the end of like when he was turning 3 months. He kind of like found his voice and started like squealing, but it is so cute now. He pretty much, like, if you have him, like you're entertaining him, you're talking to him, giving him that attention that he so desperately loves, he squeals at the top of his voice. He just like screams, and he loves to smile and play and interact with you, and it's so fun that he's like at that stage now, because he's not just like a blob. He actually like wants to interact with you and like smile and talk to you, and it's so fun and so cute. And he loves, like when he's playing, his little legs do not stop. Y'all, he kicks 24/7, which is so funny because he did the same thing in the womb. He literally never sat still. It was insane. But he literally, like if he's on the floor, he's just boom, 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 like kicking his legs, trying to talk to you, trying to roll over. He's just very, like, he loves to just be on the go, which is super cute. So his dislikes, like I said, he does not like to be hot. If he is outside, I mean, we live in Georgia, y'all, it is hot outside. He wants to be naked because he does not like to be hot. And if we're inside and he's got too many clothes on, or if his clothes get a little bit wet, like, he wants them off. He wants to be not hot. The other thing he does not like is being left alone with Sebastian. So like I said, he loves to sit on the floor and play, but if he's on the floor playing and Sebastian is playing, Sebastian's favorite thing to do is pretend that Zeb is a road. So he loves to drive his tractors up his belly and into his head, and we're working on it, but Zeb very much does not enjoy that. He will let me know when he's had enough of playtime with his brother. So if I'm like in the kitchen trying to like make a cup of coffee, or like I'm making somebody lunch, Zeb will let me know when he's had enough. The other thing that he dislikes, that Zach made sure that I wrote on his board, was keeping food down. Y'all, he spits up 24/7. And like, not even like after he eats, he could have not eaten in like 2 hours, like almost time to feed him again, and he's gonna puke, which is so funny. Like, Sebastian puked a lot, but I don't remember Sebastian being like that. Like, he would puke like after eating, but then like that was it. No, Zeb pukes 24/7. So Zach said that he dislikes keeping food down. So jumping into the next category, his bedtime schedule kind of thing. He is pretty much consistently, he's sleeping a lot better. If you know, I've said from the beginning, Sebastian slept through the night since he was 6 weeks old. Zeb very much did not enjoy sleep. He's very much still like that when it comes to naps. But as far as bedtime, he's pretty consistently either sleeping through the night, like he will sleep like 9 to 5, or if we put him down around 8:30, sometimes he wakes up around 3:30, and he'll let me feed him and go back to sleep, and he sleeps until 8:30. somewhere, you know, 8 or 8:30, pretty much. He was waking up around like 7, but he's gotten a lot better at like, whether I feed him at 3 or 5, he sleeps until around 8 o'clock, which is nice. And if you watched, I don't remember which video I talked about it, one of our most recent videos, I'll link them above if you guys want to go watch, but I had mentioned that Sebastian, which this isn't about him, but we had to get him the hatch because he wasn't sleeping in very well. So mornings had become really rough, and I was waking up really early, and I'm not a morning person, so that was not fun. But they're both much better now, and they're both sleeping till around 8, which is what Sebastian used to always sleep to, and what I was working towards getting Zeb to sleep to. So the fact that they're both kind of sleeping to that same time now is fantastic. When it comes to his naps, he pretty much, so if we get up around 8, I will put him down for his first nap at 9:30, and he will usually sleep well, if he gets up between like around 7:30, he'll go down at 9, pretty much an hour and a half after him when he gets up. He will usually sleep 45 minutes to an hour and a half. I'm working on getting that to a full hour and a half, but I also don't really mind when it's only a 45-minute, because then that means around noon I can put him and Sebastian back down, and he will sometimes lay in his bed for like 20 minutes and then he wakes up. But if I put him in his swing for his afternoon nap, he will sleep a good 2 hours. So, which I don't like let him sleep in his swing if I'm not there, but like if I'm sitting in the living room, then if I'm working on like editing or something like that, then I'll let him just sit in his swing and he'll sleep there. And he sleeps really good in his swing, so he will sleep there sometimes for his afternoon nap, just because like I need a break, and if the only way I can get a break is putting him in his swing, that's more important to me, you know, than like sleep training him to his crib, especially because he's gotten better at night. If he was still not sleeping at night, then I would be way more like consistent about trying to put him in his crib. But since he's sleeping better at night, I just kind of let him sleep in his swing, which I never really did with Sebastian. Sebastian always went to his room. But Zeb doesn't really get startled by things. Like Sebastian still is a really light sleeper. Zeb pretty much will sleep through anything. If he's tired and you get him to fall asleep, he'll sleep through anything, which is I think another factor of being the second born. But yeah, so he usually takes his afternoon nap in the swing, but his morning nap I do try and get him in his bed. And then his like second afternoon nap, he's around like 3. Sometimes it depends on how early he gets up, but usually it's 3 to 4 naps a day, and I can keep him awake for an hour and a half to 2 hours between those naps. So his other 2 naps kind of depend how long his like 12 o'clock nap is, if he has 2 or 3, and I will try to put him in his crib for some of those. Sometimes those end up in his swing too, but then we try and get him up around 6:30, and we try to keep him up until like 9:30 for bed. And usually those like 3 hours of keeping him awake, he may have like a 10-15 minute power nap, but pretty much if he stays awake for that, then he'll sleep much better at night. So that's kind of his schedule. It's not exactly like a time consistent schedule, but from the beginning I've always been more pro of like following their lead as far as like structure and routine rather than set time schedule. And we've always done that with Sebastian, and it's always worked out really well. So, and he's a great sleeper, so we kind of are doing the same thing with Zeb, especially because I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have flexibility. It's not like I have a strict schedule. The only thing that I'm more strict on is like that morning-ish nap, kind of more flexible, and then his like 12 o'clock, I try and get them both down around 12 so that I can have like 2 hours to myself, to either like shower and get ready, to edit a video, to prepare dinner, to plan a grocery trip. Like, what, you know, I need that some mommy time for myself, and that's usually when I do that, is that 12 o'clock nap. So that's the only one that I'm like super consistent on, but for the most part he's doing much better with naps, or he's doing much better. For the most part, he's doing much better at night, so his naps I'm more flexible on, but he is getting a little bit better at sleeping, so that's a good thing. Our last category is big events and milestones. There's not too many in this category. The last few months had been like full of holidays and stuff. This one is more just simple, but we did move to our new house, which is super exciting. So we are in our new house, and there's carpet in this house, which is like, I think, one of my favorites and the kids' favorites, because we could just lay on the floor and play, and it's not like uncomfortable laying on hardwood. So we did move to the new house, and he has a new room, which is sad because his 3-month update was the last one that I would film in his super cute room that we did. But yeah, so we moved. That was a new exciting thing. The other things that I have on here is that his hernia is gone. So his doctor had told us anytime between like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 a year and a half, his hernia would go away and it would go back down. It was just kind of a waiting game. There was no like concern about it unless he was like to knot up his bowels or something, but like that never happened. But randomly one day I like was like looking at him and I changed his diaper and I just noticed it was gone out of nowhere. And so his belly button looks normal. It's an innie. And it's just back to normal. It's as if there was never a hernia, so that's kind of cool. And then he's, like I said, rolling pretty consistently. He's trying to sit up. Those are pretty much his milestones that he's meeting right now. I'm really excited for him to officially be sitting up because, like I said, in 2 months we're gonna have his half birthday and he'll get to try food, and it's just going by so fast. But yeah, the last thing that Zach is not super excited about, but that I want to make sure I mention, is that he is turning into a mama's boy. From the beginning, he has been all about his daddy. He has loved his daddy. But because of the hours that Zach's working and being like gone so much, I think that he kind of just had to accept that I was the parent that was around. But he's definitely turning into more of a mama's boy, which is super sweet. So he does, like, if we're like around other people, he will kind of like look for me and kind of cling to me, which is really sweet. You know, if I can't have a daughter, then at least I have 2 precious mama's boys who love me to death. And I love them to death. So yeah, that is pretty much all for his 4-month update. I can't believe that we are a third of the way through the year. Like, he's gonna be grown up before I even know it. So it's sad, but it's so fun at the same time. So let me go and grab Zeb. He is sleeping right now. When he wakes up, I will get a little clip of him and show you guys him. And then thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. Bye. Hi. Can you say mama? Hi. Hi.
Stop it.